Vroom, vroom. Start the engine. Gotta keep this bag right here. You can never have too many bags when you're in California. IA. You feel me? Yeah, man. California, they charge for bags and shit. They can charge you 10 cents per fucking plastic bag. Can you believe it? Ooh, 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 she all on me. They said I gotta drink more water. That's what the spirit told me. That's my doctor. So I try. I mix it up. Soda. Mix it up. Feel me? I feel the energy today. You know what I mean? When you know how niggas be trying to get at you, they consistently working, trying to get at you. And they just look so disappointed. And I'm like, maybe it's not what they wanted to happen, or maybe what they thought was going to happen didn't happen. So niggas just look down and out and sad, so they keep trying and trying. I went to the Chinese store, bought me some food. Now I'm sitting here talking to you guys, you feel me? Shout out to my job, they give us some free food today, feel me? Some Mexican food. I didn't get to eat I didn't even get to eat it at all, honestly. I only ate something. I don't know what it was. The rest, I couldn't eat it. Word. Then I came to the Chinese store, you know, I be picking apart. Because I be cooking my own food lately, so it's kind of weird to me. When you cutting your own shit and you get to see the things and everything else, you like, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Now I'm on my break. I have roughly 10 minutes with you guys. Feel me? And I want to touch on a topic that I touched on, what was this, yesterday? That God sees all. I mean, shit. I was a bad boy once upon a time, back in the days, until I heard that word itself. All I need is the word. I don't need to know that God exists. I don't need to. The words alone are so powerful that I'm convinced. You feel me? And all I heard was God sees all. That changed the person who I was completely. It just changed me. It just changed me completely. I'm like, God sees all for real. It comes down to whether you believe it or not. You feel me? That's what it comes down to. And it's not about you verbally saying I don't believe it. Because you can't verbally say I believe it and yet you conduct yourself as if you don't believe it. You have to embody the words itself. You have to carry yourself as if God is watching over you. It's funny how people believe God is watching over them, but when they're doing something bad, they don't think God is still watching over them. Literally, when somebody's watching over you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they protecting you. God is observing us, and we are also observing God. So as you see, nature and everything else are like surveillance. This tree that I'm looking at that's in front of me, the soil and everything else, all these see it as cameras, little micro cameras, very small. They watching us and we watching them. We studying it and they studying us. The world itself is a mirror of us. That's why two people can look at the same thing and see two different things. Because the world that you see is a perspective of how you think. You feel me? Somebody can go into a place and be like, yo, we look like grasshopper in their eyes. and somebody else can go over there and be like, I think we can defeat them, but yet they was both looking at the same thing. So we seen a world from our perspective. You feel me? So when they say God sees all, God perspective is all around us. The world that we live in was made by God himself. Let's just say you don't believe in God. That's on you. But even that, still your perspective is also what you see when you go outside. If you live in fear, guess what? Every little thing outside will make you jump. You be on urge. You be henching. You feel me? Because it comes from your perspective. So you're literally recording or being recorded by yourself and the perspective that you put out there. Because even your perspective itself is alive. Hold on, let me see how much more time before I even start going in more. You feel me? This is the reason why God sees all. So if you don't understand it from a spiritual point of view, understand it from just a physical point of view. This is the reason why you always got to conduct yourself with some respect. You got to carry yourself with dignity. You got to carry yourself with morals and values. You got to place yourself at a very, very, very high level. You feel me? Some people behave themselves when they see their parents around. Maybe some of us are so spoiled. It doesn't even matter if the mother's around, the father's around. Shit, we still act crazy. But yet we wouldn't even conduct ourselves sexually or any degrading way when we see somebody that we feel like we have a lot of respect to. You feel me? Some people don't even argue around their parents when they're in a couple, and they can be grown as fuck. They can have their own kids and everything else. But when mother and father or grandma comes around, they conduct themselves very well. Well, you have to apply the same kind of thought to everything else that you do. And know that God is always watching. Always. Even when we forget sometimes that the camera above our head is on. It doesn't necessarily mean that the camera is not recording. It's still recording. But if you're a person that carry yourself well and you're a good person, you don't even care if the camera is there because you know that you're doing the right thing. So it doesn't matter who's really watching. This is how you embody yourself. This is how you carry yourself. That's why people be lying on me. I be like, whatever. I know me, nigga. I know I'm not. Come on, man. Whoa. What is it that I gotta worry about? Tell me. What is it that you really gotta worry about that you like? The only people who worry so much and always have to watch their back are the people that do bad. It's based on your perspective. People who live in fear are people who are doing something bad. That's why they always think somebody's out to get them. So they like, I gotta get them first before they get me. It's based on your perspective. Your perspective, if you don't believe in God, then your perspective should rule over you. And you should always know that every step that you take, every sight that you see, every air that you breathe, every wave of a hand is being recorded. Everything that you do. They said he knew you before you was in your mother's womb, which meaning that you cannot do nothing that has been done, that hasn't been done or has been done. He already of you. He knew you before you was in your mother's womb. Damn, that mean he foresaw you. He know you. He know of you 400 years from now. And we're not even gonna live to see that long. But he know of you already. If you believe in those words, there's nothing that you can worry about. There's nothing in the world that they can do to you because you know that, hey, I'm doing the right thing. I'm walking in his alignment. I'm trying to be the best person and the best version I can be. I'm working hard. I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do. So if I know if my father is watching and I'm really in trouble, guess what? He's going to step in and help me out already. So who am I supposed to fear? This is how you get intelligence. This is how you get unlimited energy, strength. You feel me? This is how you carry yourself. This is how you become worried free. This is how you get everything that you want handed on to you. You feel me? This is how you take chances and go through places and not even knowing. This is what, because you don't walk in fear. You always walk in purpose. You wouldn't even see it as taking chances. You just see it as you doing the things that you're supposed to do. You feel me? But people who worry all the time, people who make threats, people who put their hands on other people, the reason why they do all these things because they feel like I gotta do it to them or else they're gonna do it to me. They are constantly living in fear. They constantly living in fear. The fear comes out in different ways. They constantly living in doubt. They don't believe in themselves. They don't even believe in their own perspective and the things that they see. The reason why you act the way you act is because from your perspective, you think that you gotta act and behave like that. You feel me? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I gotta start walking. You see, from their perspective, they feel like they gotta act like that and behave like that because that's the only way they can be better than somebody else. Because if you believe that God watches, God sees all, and you know that God is your father, and you know that your father is capable of seeing everything, then you know that you are a son that is also capable of being able to do such things too. So it means that you believe in yourself. So there's no need for you to look down upon somebody else for you to feel better or greater about yourself. You see, there's a problem if these people pass. God teaches, it's teaching today. It's not really insulting. I usually like to curse them out. You know how that shit goes. So you don't have to do something to somebody to make yourself feel good about yourself, to make yourself feel strong, to make yourself feel wiser. Wiseness, strength, intelligence is based on you. It cannot. Look at how they define themselves. They define themselves by comparing themselves to somebody else to make themselves feel intelligent. That's not intelligent. Because it comes down to people hiding information from you to make themselves feel superior over you. That's not intelligence. How can you be intelligent when you hiding information from other people? You feel me? Like who? Like, you feel me? Let it pass. That's not intelligent. This is where it leads to. You feel me? Intelligence is based on are you smarter than the person that you was yesterday? You have to be willing and able to be learning every single day. It doesn't matter what they do to you, because they will do these things to you, and and that too shall pass. And when it passed, guess what? They will look for something else and something new to do to you again. Why? Because they're never satisfied with the things that they do. You feel me? This is the reason why they will attack you for a whole year straight and it wouldn't be enough. And they will still look the next day, wake up the next day and do it again. Because guess what? Hold on, let's see. It's not enough. Because their happiness, their intelligence, their beauty, everything about them is based on somebody else. They're comparing themselves to somebody else instead of being in their purpose and be like, look, I am a son of God. How can I compare myself to another human? I'm already great. I don't have to be better than this person to feel great about myself. You feel me? Understand that God sees all. Once you get to understand these things and you embody these words of encouragement, when you embody this, you get to see that I don't have to attack somebody to make myself feel good. I don't have to look down upon somebody else to make myself feel good. I don't have to compete with anybody else to make myself feel good. I feel good regardless. This is how you become great. These people are shallow. This is the reason why they compete with you every day. They compete with you every day because they don't know who they are. So they constantly have to fight you just so they can feel like they're better than you. Just so they can hide things from you and make you seem like the odd one out and make you look stupid so they can look smarter. You feel me? It's easy to deceive people when a lot of people are involved in it. It's very, very easy. That's not intelligence. Anyway, I gotta go in. You already know what time it is. Dips couple status. But God sees all. You feel me? God sees all. Once you believe that, there's nothing for you to worry about. There's no need to worry. You feel me? No need. If you worry, that means you don't believe.